Okay, so what is intelligent movement? Why is it important? How did it come about? And really, what are the benefits? That is specifically what we're going to cover in this video. So intelligent movement, as the name implies, is obviously movement that is intelligent. It is movement that is natural, efficient, effective, and opening the door to facilitating greater levels of consciousness, greater levels of awareness. This is important because really we're taught a lot of things in school which aren't necessarily that important or necessarily help us live a healthy and efficient and effective life. One thing that we're really not taught is how to use our bodies effectively. And many of us have really ineffective and inefficient and unnatural movement patterns or postural patterns. For example, we sit at a computer or a desk all day and our posture just really starts to do this thing and just everything hunches over. Or maybe we've had injuries, we've had accidents, we've played sports, we've done different kinds of activities. And as a result, the different layers of fascia or muscle in our body have been sort of maybe constricted or constrained in some kind of way. So what makes intelligent movement important is that it takes principles that allow us to move efficiently, effectively, and naturally the way our body is kind of meant to move and meant to sort of be functioning in the physical world. And really, that can allow us to decondition these sort of programs or this kind of conditioning that we've all been given by the world that we've been brought up in. Whether that is negative emotions or negative thinking or emotional traumas or things of that nature. Because if we constrain ourselves physically, or if we constrain ourselves mentally or emotionally, odds are it's highly likely that we're also going to constrain ourselves in some way physically. And if, let's say we've had a lot of depression or anger or anxiety, or maybe we've really been guarding ourselves emotionally, what happens is our posture will reflect that. Things are, for example, our shoulders will want to move forward, our chest will kind of want to sink in, our head will come forward, and our hips will sort of want to rotate in because our body is doing what? It's naturally sort of trying to protect itself. And then maybe we do all this positive thinking, we try to meditate, we try to be spiritual, we try to do healthy foods and herbs and supplements, but really we're fundamentally fighting against our bodies at every turn. But when we can actually go to the core and address the physical body directly and naturally create postures and movement patterns that are just more open, then we just naturally feel more open. We just naturally look out in the world and say, you know what, today is a pretty good day. I feel better. Maybe I was stuck in this negative train of thought, but for whatever reason right now, things are better, and I can look at that and say, well, I can see how that was kind of silly. For example, just yesterday, I was having a rather stressful day, going through a lot of different things, trying to get a lot of different things done, and was just having kind of a negative perspective about the situation. And then I took some time to really practice these principles and ideas and really move my body efficiently and effectively. And then I got done with that after maybe an hour or so. And then I was just walking around realizing like, man, you know, it's really okay. You know, everything I was stressing about, it's really not a big deal. You know, I'm fine, I'm okay, where I'm at is fine, and these things will happen, you know, in their own time, of their own accord. And I don't know why I was really just beating myself up over that. And that really didn't come out of effort. I didn't say, okay, I must be better, I must feel better, I have to be more positive, or I have to meditate and be all these things. It just basically moved my body in a way that's appropriate for that. And then what happened? My nervous system responded. It let go and released and created openings for more consciousness and awareness. So intelligent movement can do these things for me, can do it for many people, which is why it's so important. Because why? We all have bodies. We're all humans. We're all very similar in that way. So what this can do is help us decondition, release pain, and create space for positive emotions, positive thoughts. And also in the long term maybe help us actually avoid injury. Because let's say we are just conditioned to a certain postural pattern where our shoulders are rolling forward. That's going to create a lot of strain in the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Eventually, that might lead to an injury. Because if you take something and you stretch it more than it wants to be stretched in a direction that it doesn't want to be stretched, odds are that it will eventually react. So that could be an injury, or it could just be a lot of chronic pain, a lot of chronic neck pain or back pain, or just unnatural tension, anxiety in our nervous system. So it can also help us release old patterns, habits, and injuries, and more importantly, move more authentically. So move in a way that is authentic for us, not some rigid rule book or some rigid image or trying to move like I say you should or anything like that, but really respecting our own body's integrity, our own body's natural design, because we're all put together a little bit differently. We all have a tremendous amount of similarities, and we also have some differences. And that's why having principles of intelligent movement that we can adapt to our situation is of the utmost importance. So now I just want to take a few minutes and share with you my story on how I came to appreciate and really value and apply these understandings and these principles in my own life. Now obviously if you've watched any of my videos, you can see that a tremendous amount of my focus was firstly on herbs and diet and these kinds of things, and then also on the real psychological component. And really, to me, if we're going to be healthy, or we're going to be natural or live a natural life, or we want to create more positive transformation in our life, usually it's going to require kind of a holistic approach. And a holistic approach to sort of deconditioning and letting go the pressures and stresses and traumas and constraining habits that we've really all been given through the world that we were brought up in. And obviously movement and how we move our physical body is of the utmost importance. So over the last years of talking about all these different things, a lot of people have asked me specifically for this kind of thing. And it's really just been a process of getting to the point to where I felt like I was ready and the information was in the right place to be able to share it. Because this whole movement thing is really something I've been studying for at least probably since 2004, so almost 10 years now. And then even before that, because ever since I was a little kid, I've been playing sports and playing soccer and running cross country and track and baseball and basketball and football. And really, you name it, I was playing it from probably when I could walk all the way up until I was about 18 or 19. So I had a really good understanding of that world and that quote-unquote movement or that quote-unquote exercise paradigm, and really saw some of the benefits and a lot of the negatives, because there's a lot of information that's not present there. And then after that, started to get really into yoga and qigong and tai chi and martial arts and more kind of natural movement systems. And also out of a strong desire to get out of my own physical pain, because I had played sports, I had a really unhealthy lifestyle, I did have all this emotional stuff, so my posture was just a little jacked up, and my body was not a very comfortable place to be. So my question was, well, how can I create comfort and really create awareness and consciousness and really live a life that's authentic for me? Not following someone else's rules, but basically a living, breathing, fluid expression of the process that is me. So out of that desire, it led me to meeting a lot of amazing teachers, meeting a lot of amazing practitioners, and really studying and learning a lot of really amazing principles and ideas, which has led me to really putting it together and sort of codifying it and systematizing it into what I call the intelligent movement system, which is basically going to be a class that I'm teaching on the Hyperion Academy starting on March the 7th, 2014. So today is February 28th when I'm posting this. That means the class will start in officially like 7 days, which means registration will close on midnight of March 7th. But if you want to learn more about the class, you can check the link below the video. And I'll say that like 7 times because people might miss it. So you'll see the link below the video, which will have the URL, and I'll also put the URL in the video. So again, if you want to register for the class, or you want to even just learn more about it, go to HyperionAcademy.com, or just the link below the video or the link right here in the video, and you will see that. You'll see all the details, you'll see all the information and how you can get access to the class. And remember, the class starts on March the 7th, and it's going to be a 4-week class, and every week is going to be consisting of movement, meditation, breathing. Simple things that you can do in your own leisure, at your own time. It doesn't take a huge amount of time because it's really, we're going straight to the point. We're going straight to the core elements. So it's really about efficiency and effectiveness. And again, the class is something that you can download and do at your own pace. It's something you can download and have forever. It's not something that you have to pay for the rest of your life or anything ridiculous like that. It's something that you will own and can own, because that's the way it should be, because it's your body, and these principles can and should be applied in your body to create more movement and more comfort and ease, which can reflect in really every area of our life. Because if our body is comfortable, if our body is relaxed, odds are our mind and our emotions will start to be that way as well. And then when we interact in relationships or our job or move through our life, we'll probably come from that place of comfort, ease, and relaxation as well. Which for me, I can't really think of anything that would be that much more important than how we feel and how our body feels, because that's going to determine so many other areas of our life and determine really the course and direction of the life that we take. But anyways, without getting into another huge lecture, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the Intelligent Movement class. Remember to check the link below the video, and I will talk to you soon.